Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the USFFL AFC Divisional Playoff round, where the Chiefs of Kansas City will host the Houston Texans. We are waiting for a game number. Should be across momentarily. Houston came in on the wrong side of 500, but they won a playoff game and find themselves in a chance to make the AFC Championship game here against the Chiefs, and should be a pretty interesting game. Chiefs with that sterling regular season record in real life, but as I've said before, not quite carded the way you'd want to be carded. Having some trouble with my league manager here. That's not a good sign at all. Let's see here. Not good, not good. Just close it, I guess, and hope for the best. I think we have a game number now. We do. Don't know if the game number is going to work. Okay, there's the regular season. So, winners of the AFC South, Houston Texans. Did they face Kansas City? I don't think they did. They did, right there, and they won 23-21. That's right. I watched that game. It was an interesting game. I thought a lot of rolls went the Texans' way in that one, as I recall. Can't say that definitively. But just a few plays that I watched, it seemed that way. So could have been different. You see, Houston got a bunch of yards there. So that's not a small amount of yards against this Kansas City defense. Let's see if we connected here. We did connect, and we have a big return of some sort as Dameon Pierce. That looks like a Pierce return to me, if I know my cards, and it is Dameon Pierce, indeed. He gets a chance, and he's a beast. He's a beast, and he shows it right away. This Houston team is quite pristine in its field position. Looking past Dalton Schultz on first down, 5 yards. They lead the league in field position for their offense at first, their own 32. They also lead the league in opponent's field position, holding them back to the 27. That +5 is also, of course, first in the league. So that shows up immediately. And now we have a 2nd and 5 inside Kansas City territory to get us going. Stroud, your quarterback. Did not sort of have a sophomore slump in real life. Not a pristine card by any stretch. Flat pass here to Mixon on the 2nd and 5. Looking for positive yards and gets it. First down up to the 41. Stroud overall 29th best quarterback in the league, so way down there. 46th in flat pass, 24th short pass, 23rd long pass. Can't run the end run. Good fumble, though. Got him in. Houston team fumble is 1. Short pass, Schultz. He's not doubled up. 3-man in zone. Plenty of pass rush. Looking for that D-die. Against this relatively weak offensive line. Gets it, but goes to Dana. And it's a 10-yard pickup. So would have gone anybody else? What would have happened? Let's see. It was 54. Would have been a sack 2 out of 6 times. Wharton or Jones would have got home. Instead, it's first and 10 to 31. So 2 good teams in terms of defensive line pass rush. Kansas City 3rd in the league in pass rush points along the defensive line. Well, Houston leads the league first. So good pressure. That should favor Kansas City in the game because Houston relies on small ball a lot less than KC does. Flat pass, speaking of small ball, to Mixon, guessed wrong, and he gets 9. So on the move are the Texans to the 22, 2nd and 1. Too tight. Stroud and Mixon are your battery here. Blitzing 4-3. Mixon offers no help in pass blocking. He's trying to funnel this offense into small ball. Showing the stern blitz. See if Rudy obliges. He does, looking past Nico. Still presence along the defensive line for pass rush. Gets 3 yards. That's enough for a first down. 7% chance of a sack from Nick Bolton. Comes up 88. 1st and 10 now from the 19. Stover now checks in. Team had some red zone struggles. 24th overall in offensive red zone, including 15% of the time coming up empty. Linebuck Mixon. He gets 29. There's an injury. He's out for the rest of the half. 1-1-1 puts Mixon down, but gets a lot for the trouble as the Texans take a 6-0 lead. Farburn's on for the extra point. He missed a couple this year. And this time it is good. Possible penalty waved off. 7-0 Houston. Impressive drive, starting with great field position. Take advantage of it. Let's see where they can hold Kansas City to. Yeah, put in a touchback, so the 30. KC, not a team that likes to play from behind. Small ball team, generally, but still, mostly because of the flat passing, which is 6th in the league at 38% of the time. That's what you see from KC. Flat pass, Kareem Hunt. Incomplete. Looks like everything's running okay. Microphone is working. Yes, it is. Okay, that's good. 2nd and 10. Houston D's defensive cards. Flat pass is 5th best. So that's a good matchup because this team does like the flat pass. And you see it show up there the very first play. An incompletion on flat pass one man. They're weakest on short and long pass. That's where the pass rush comes into play. It's a flat pass to Worthy. Looking for Yaka, even better. 6 white die. 3rd and 1. So let's take a look at some of those matchups along the line. You're going to see Joe Tooney move in and out. And he's back after getting injured in the Chargers game. You see Mechie's out, and there, of course, is Mixon. Offense takes a timeout as all their zeros come in. That was not fixed in this pro set. Cost Kansas City a timeout in the last game. Cost them here. On this critical 3rd and 1 goes 3 wide, 2 running backs. KC likes to run more than most here. Let's see if they stay with the program. A lot of zeros along this defensive line. And Hunt is keyed. Opportunity here for Texans to get the ball, and it looks like they will. It's 4th and 3. However, neutral zone infraction. And that's where Houston really struggles. First down for KC. Penalties across the board are really bad for Houston. It doesn't really matter what category you're looking at. Well, most categories, they are bottom dozen in the league. Huge, costly penalty there. Off tackle Hunt against short yardage. So really, the possible penalty, this Houston team this time switches over to KC. So 2nd and 11 or 1st and 20. Takes the 1st and 20. It's the 4-2-5, inviting a flat pass, and KC usually likes to go flat here. 54% of the time versus a league average of 31. So let's see if that 54 shows up. It does. Look in past Noah Gray. A 5 is there. Looking for that 6 white die. Don't get it, but they get a nice possible penalty after this nice yak. And it's a flag. It's an offside against Houston. They'll wave that off. They'll take that 2nd and 5 over the 1st and 15, of course. Now KC up toward midfield, back on schedule in this series of downs. 2nd and 5. Very neutral play calling by KC in this spot. So looking past to Gray again, up against the 0 in there. Gray can't handle it. 3rd and 5. Stingley, big cornerback, out for the rest of the game. So 2 big injuries. Boy, KC benefited from major injuries in the wild card round, and now this is a big one as well, as Stingley is out for the rest of the game. Opens things up a bit. As the teams shuffle and take a look at the implications on the cards. Winner will face the Cincinnati Bengals, who earlier this evening defeated Pittsburgh in what I thought was a shutout last time I looked. Not sure if it actually ended that way. So now you got a 0. Jimmy Ward up against DeAndre Hopkins. Off tackle draw to Hunt on this 3rd and 5. Gonna get it. Takes advantage of that 0 nose tackle. 1st and 10 to the Houston 46. Now in the block and back formation. Patrick Mahomes, QB for KC, famously. Despite the great record, an off year overall on the strat card, off tackle Hunt. There's some room in there. Get 6. 2nd and 4. Overall, 8th best quarterback card. I actually marked him down to 10th, but 8th here as the year went on. Changed the formula a little bit. Flat pass 9, short pass 6th, long pass 19th. And we don't see KC go deep very often. They will. I mean, if it's there, they'll respond to it. But overall, 32nd in the league, just 2% of the time. And a properly called off tackle, looking for the defensive card, does not get it. 3rd and 4. So you see a lot of risk taking here. Houston sort of begging KC to open it up with all these short yardage calls. Short yardage not only sort of is a run call, obviously, but also results in -1 for all of your coverage guys. 3rd and 4. It's a flat pass Hunt. Man is there. It's a 5. Guessed right. It's 10. Hunt helps out with the yak. 1st down, KC. Up to the 30. Not the highest percentage play call there, the way it worked out. Guess pass with the 5 in zone against that strong flat pass D, but it works out. Hunt B yak, I believe. 1st and 10 now. It's Hunt and Gray. 6 yards. Second and 4. Step away for just a second. Looking for the linebacker to make a play. Can't do it. Neville Hewitt, former Jet. Gives up the first down. 1st and 10 to the 20. I realize my Kansas City stats are a little bit outdated. I got 15 games in here. I thought I had my dossier from last week when I played them right nearby, but it must have been from another broadcast. So these Kansas City stats will be largely correct, but a little bit off. And we have a guessed wrong looking pass to Kelsey. Incomplete. On that defensive card. Defensive card gets worse, though, when we say that the Houston Texans have a strong card. When you throw it at a 0, that changes things. 2nd and 10 now. Houston 3rd in the league with men in zone in the flat pass, by the way. So they do work to cover it up pretty aggressively, making sure men are there. 2nd and 10. DeAndre Hopkins is double teamed, looking for the dump off. Doesn't get it. Incomplete on the double team. Nicely timed. Would have been completion for 15. Now forces the big 3rd and 10. Green checks in. Let's take a look. You got Tooney probably playing. Yeah, Tooney moves to tackle. And you got a little bit of a problem with Juwan Taylor up against Will Anderson. It's your left guard here who would face the wrath of the first linebacker to blitz, if any. Not much strong pass rush, though, from those linebackers. So, shifting of the line by KC, a necessary move for Chiefs coaches. In this case, Coach Irvin. 3rd and 10. 3-2-6. It's a short pass to Perrine. He's got a 0 on him. Incomplete on Mahomes' card. Going to force Butker onto the field, and you call that a hold for the Houston defense. Butker comes on, trying to get 3. He gets it. 7-3, Houston, 5:42 left, first quarter. Butker aiming for a touchback this time, get out of the hands of Pierce. He barely gets it, and he gets it. On the 8. So touchback puts him at the 30. Ugumbale checks in because of the injury to Joe Mixon. I don't expect to see Pierce, but Ugumbale is not a bad card by any stretch, although I imagine he's limited, and he is. With just 30 carries. Throw to Nico. Gets a must run for 8. Mixon will be down for the entirety of the first half. 2nd and 2. Looking past Nico, nobody home. Opportunity here. Should be guessed wrong. Going to get 14. Indeed it is. Guess wrong. As you look at the Houston receivers, your best is Nico Collins, ranked 7th in the league. Strongest category is flat pass wrong, where he's 5th, and long pass right, where he's 5th back. You saw the long pass wrong there. End run. Ogunbowale. Going to get 3. Linebacker was behind to offset the boxes. 2nd and 7. The linebacker was not there. If he had vacated, it would have been 13. But good coaching by Coach Irvin makes it 2nd and 7. Well, you got to look at his average, 3.7. That's kind of what he's limited to on his card. That's enough to get you into 3rd and 4 range, which is where you want to be if you're Houston. Instead, it's a long pass to the double team Nico Collins. Lots of pass rush. Can they get home? Lots of good stuff here for the Chiefs. In theory, no, the dump off occurs. It goes to the star pass rush, and it's incomplete. On the other card, it would have been 23 yards. Instead, 3rd and 7. So everybody dodges a bullet there. First Houston, then KC on the dump off. And goes too tight on this 3rd and 7, interestingly. It's a team that does throw short pass an outsized amount, 54% of the time versus a league average of 33% in 3rd and 5 to 10. They're at the KC 45-yard line. Fairbrand brings range out to the 42. So this might be a spot to play for 3. But the 42 just gets you on the cusp of range. Interesting to see Ogunbowale here. Damian Pierce would be a better burst. Goes look into the double team, Ogunbowale. Beautiful call. Intercepted. Chanel on the interception. It's a look in. So it's standard, which is not very good card for the Chiefs. See if they can pull something out of it. 4 yards. And the high takeaways. 33 for this Houston team. Giveaways. 31 during the regular season for Houston. 28th in the league. Show up there, and credit goes to the defensive coach with a great call. And it's 1st and 10 from the 47. Flat pass, Noah Gray. He is not double teamed, and it's incomplete. But possible penalty is offsetting. Let's do it again. Chiefs gladly take that. 2 interception splits on a defensive card. If 2 men would have been in there, it would have been picks. A very boring 1-man, 2 and 12 INT that's throughout the league. Makes me miss the old days. And you have some pretty cool interception splits there. Guessed wrong, short pass. Mahomes can't find it. He's off so far. 3 of 9. Just 34 yards. But it's early. Now facing a 2nd and 10. So that guessed wrong opportunity. Houston gives up 11 passing guess wrong opportunities a game. That's 30th in the league because they call run so much. 4th highest at 31%. It's Steele and Hunt. And the run call could pay off here. 3 yards. Not bad. And another injury. Neville Hewitt goes down. He's out for a while. Pretty sure he's a 4-4 in there. Hmm, 5-4. They lose their 5. That's a pretty interesting injury because now you got zeros everywhere against this flat passing KC team. So I don't know. Is that as important as Stingley? Maybe. Now you're really guessing. 4, you could have two places to stick your safety against to offset those zeros. Now it's a lot tougher sledding. 3rd and 7 from the 50. Would not be surprised to see a flat pass here. It's a short pass to the double-teamed Rice. Looking for the dump off. Gets picked. Jimmy Ward on the interception. I'm not familiar with the Houston interception card. Let's see what we got. It feels like it should be good because it's Houston and their defense and whatnot. He gets 65. Is that enough to get him in? It is. Touchdown Houston. And the card is not great. We've seen a lot better in vintage sets, but gets the 12 roll. And the Texans take a 13-3 lead on the successful double team. Farber on for the extra point. Can he hit it? Defense still reeling, apparently, as we wait the defensive formation. Understandably so. After giving up a pick 6. Wow. As much as Houston gives it away, they take it away too. Second in the league with 33 takeaways during the regular season. We tripped up here. We might be. All right, so we will be saving the game. Manual save, everybody. You can only save the game until the extra. Oh boy. Okay, so sometimes you can't manually save. We tried. It's important to try. Reminding the gentlemen to manually save if they can. If I can't, they probably can't. Oh, please don't tell me we have any problems here. I'm just trying to see what I have. Just curious what's in my holster here. As we await. Okay, so we got the extra point. We got it if we need it. If the guys can't come up with it, we've got it. And now we will look for this game number. So what I did was just check to see where my autosave left us, and it left us in a good spot that captured the play. So if the guys don't have it, I have that file sitting in my file explorer over here, which I could send to them if they need it. Because it's hard to replicate a 65-yard touchdown interception return. Got a new game number. Doesn't hurt to check that we're on and up and running okay. We are. It's good. As we wait for server teams. Houston during the regular season, I don't think they had a interception for a return for a touchdown all year long. In the other TD category, I show 0. So that was their only one, it seems. Overall, they were 15th in the league in interception returns, averaging just 5.8 yards per interception return. The Chiefs were giving up 8.6 yards per interception return. And obviously, we blew all those averages out of the water. And we're ready to go here with the extra point for Farber. Let's see if the game lets us do it. Or if we're stuck on the extra point. Yeah. So we could have an extra point problem. Looks like we got a chance here. What will happen first? Will we see a little star here or will we see the extra point? The longer it goes on, the more likely we see a little star here. Yep. Crashed again. Okay. Did they see my message? Chop, chop. Let's be a little more responsive here, boys. That's it. Unfortunately, what you got to do. You're in the extra point bug. Stuck in that little world that Strat has created for us. Oh, Strat. The things you put us through. what you're doing is, Tim, let's see here. You are going to, maybe I can give him a screenshot. If you're listening, Tim, just stand by here. Perhaps you have the game up on YouTube. Okay, so yeah, you're going to launch save game local right there. Well, that might confuse him a little bit. Let's do that. Ugh. All right, I'll get it going for them. If they want to use mine, they could be able to use it. I'm going to launch. Probably not a bad idea. This way, everybody gets to see it. Does Tim want to block is a question. I'm going to say yes. Well, let me do it, local. Ugh, this is a real problem. Try this one. Nope, that puts us back there. We don't want that. I'm just going to try to mess with it a little bit. Nope. All right, let's see if I can do it another way here. Maybe I burn a timeout for somebody. Can I call timeout, Houston? See if that messes with the system in any way. Nope. Nope. Just trying to introduce new variables into the old equation. And we may need to call in Mr. Crowley because this is beyond my ability to solve it right now, which is not unusual. Hmm. Oh, we'll call in Mr. Crowley. Okay, so we're gonna go. We got the autosave 2, which is the one that's he's right. That's the one that's gonna put us, as usual. That's the one that's gonna put us into the play before. So we need the playoffs right here. Yeah, and then we need the save. So you go into the league and you get the autosave 2. I don't know how we can possibly get this right, but man, you really need to try. That's ridiculous if you can't. So, okay. So here we go. No, wrong one. While I'm here, I may as well just try to kick it, which it won't let me. Okay, thanks. Go ahead and crash. All right. So we're going to throw it in the flat here. I'm going to throw it to Hunt because whatever. We're going to double team Hunt, and we're going to put 2 men over there. Incomplete. Did I lose my autosave too? I probably did. I should have manually saved that. Oh, what the hell am I doing? What am I doing? I should have download my own file. Copy that. Bring that over now to it still has the old one there. Okay, but it's good to have the backup if it lets us have it. Let's see what it does for us here. Well, we'll just use that one if it's there. And here's what we're down to, guys. We're just trying to recreate the freaking play. Pain in the you knows where's. I mean, the hardest part is getting the INT, which almost makes you want to throw long past 2 men, but you're not going to get it in the end zone. Now, you could just run an extra play or two to get him in the end zone. I mean, that might be the best thing to do, you know. That way you have the interception on 7 on a deep ball. It's a thought. Needle in a haystack, folks. I mean, we can just that. I mean, to me, it's close. And I mean, that's close enough, right? At some point, you have to start compromising a little bit, but you don't want to do the ultimate compromise. But I mean, that's a reasonable compromise, I would say. We want to double, and we want to do that. Because we could just give him the ball like right there and just go deep as well. I mean, I could try to do that and get that set up for the guys in case they want to go to that. Not the worst idea. Maybe I'll do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to try this just like before. 2-man, double that. Okay. So we'll see what happens. Okay, incomplete. So now we're going to go for it. We're going to do it again. Try it again. Going for it now on 4th down. Double. 2 men out there. Okay, no pick. So now they have the ball. So now we're going to go 3 wide versus 4-3. We're going to go deep to Nico. We are going to call a short yardage, and we're going to try to get, okay, 0 for 1. Again, deep to Nico. Again, short yardage. Oh, we have left the man back there. He gets the long gain, though. Only gets 33 yards. But we're closer. So I'm going to go short to Nico this time. I'm not sure. Does Tank have more yards? No. Short yardage. Dear me. Can they complete the pass? 12 yards. These get the first down. Okay, first and goal at the 5. Too tight. 4-3. Short pass. Nico. Run key. They're in. Okay, so I got him in. Gonna kick the extra point. Whatever they want to do for block is what I'm going to do with the CM. Okay, so we're here. So I got it saved.
We're going to save the game here. I already did that. So what I'm going to do is get this file. Tim. And we did the very best we could. I mean, that's really all we can ask, is to do the best we can. No shortcuts, no lazy ways, but best we can. And that's what we did here. Did I save it as 14? Is that what I saved it as? Okay, I'm going to resave this game file as HOA KCA. Okay, let me try again. Maybe another snip for Tim here. Show exactly where it's going. Okay. So we're going to back out of this. It is nice that everyone can see the extra point, that it was legitly, in a legit way, good. It's always nice to see. Not that anyone would fear otherwise, but better than not having it, I'd say. We'll get ready for a new game number here. You don't. Correct. You do not.
I might be going through an extra cigar thanks to this delay. And really appreciate the patience of both coaches here to try to get us to the best spot we can get to. That's some durable guys we got here. If he saved it to the right spot, then he'll see that file sitting there. It's taking a little longer than I'd like it to get the game number. Indicates a possible problem. Let's see, did he put it over here? What? What? I'll give him a second to get in. Ugh. Very dry cigar. The whole outer leaf is breaking up. I have a nice humidor. Bought it a couple years ago. Converted an old wine refrigerator, which has a nice glass door on it. Then you have this little sort of humidor thing that humidifies the whole thing. But sometimes you get a cigar that insists on being dry. And that's what I'm dealing with right now. Let's see what we got here. Okay, they say it looks good. Are we kicking off, people? I'm not going to be happy till we run a play. I'm yet to be happy, therefore. Oh, dear Lord. I waited a while. Your setup is fine. Yeah, that's good. All right, we await things here. What else is going on? Let's see. Devils lost again. They're out of it, which and Syracuse stinks. So I've got nothing much to do but strat sports wise. I still watch both of them, but I'm waiting for spring training in baseball. But the Orioles didn't get Valdez, so that makes me less excited for spring training. Pete Alonso's nice, but the O's, they're good enough to be really good, but everybody's got to play up to their potential, which is possible, but would like the little insurance. So there's that. Maybe we should cover Dennis's game. Dennis Young is playing in Battle Royale. We could cover that while we're waiting. Let's check in on that game. By the time I get that up, I assume this game will get going again, though. Gotham versus Ramstein. Ramstein is our Dennis Young. We'll check in on his battle over in Battle Royale. Little sneak peek here. We got a good one in the fourth quarter. Ramstein has the ball up 4. So you see the San Francisco QBs for Dennis's squad, the Green Bay halfbacks, Seattle wide receivers, New Orleans tight ends. And they might be a first down away from getting the win here. I believe this is the Ramstein's Fire's first game in this Battle Royale season. Jacobs is stopped, so it brings up a key 3rd and 7 here. Last time out for Gotham. High scoring first half. Look at that. 51 points. And then things slow down here in the second half. Here's the game. Short pass, Johnson, it's complete. And the Fire will walk away with a 1-0 record in Battle Royale. As they move to the take a knee formation, victory formation. It's a win for Ramstein. Any luck over here? Let's see what we got. Well, Dennis, we'll see if Dennis joins. No Dennis yet. Come on, Dennis. You can do it. Caught the good ending over there. Brock Purdy makes the big reception. Brock Purdy, maybe the last QB group taken in Battle Royale. 16 players, each drafting a group, basically a position unit. All the San Francisco QBs or all the Green Bay wide receivers sort of draft by unit. And QB units, Purdy was last one taken. Okay, we got a game number here, but we're going to give him a minute to get comfy. And hopefully it doesn't crash. If it crashes, then they're going to have to reboot. We're going to launch at 11:32. That'll be a 2-minute wait. Let's see. Maybe there's already a problem from Rudy because he's typing. Okay, that's good. All right, we're going to join now. Hearing good feedback. Let's see what we got. Oh, it looks like we have a kickoff. Okay, we're back. We are back. He wants the link. Where's the broadcasts? What ain't it, Dennis? What ain't it? You're confusing me here. Hello, Dennis.
Hey, looks like you're back live with your game, huh?
I think so, but Dennis Crowley's saying this ain't it. That's it. That's it. Looks good. Looks good to me. Okay. Phew, we're back in. So, Juwan Johnson with the big third down catch there.
Oh, that was huge. Yes, it was.
To steal the game and looked like you scored 51 points in the first half combined, and then it became a defensive contest. How did your team feel on this first run?
You know what? I haven't done any analysis. I haven't broken down anything on my team. I just thought, let me just go in there and get my feet wet. It looked good. I mean, Barkley was tearing me up early. He was hitting. It was funny. He got a long gain, and it's like, guess right or guess wrong. It's a long gain. What are you going to do? Then he had a short gain. Same thing. Guess right, guess wrong. He's just a beast when he hits those numbers. But no, I like the feel of my team. Purdy had a great game. He was 29 of 33.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I like that.
And Josh Jacobs went for 152 yards, and Barkley went for 162. So Jacobs actually averaged 6.6 versus 6.2.
Jacobs is kind of the poor man's Barkley. You know, he's got some nice hits along the outside. He can get you yards in the middle a little bit too. A little bit frustrating off tackle, but when he gets that +1, you know. But like Barkley, but you know his hits aren't long gains; they're +32 or whatever.
Exactly.
But you know you're not going to complain about +32. It would be nice to have +70, but there it is. Yeah, 32 now coming for KC here.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't you just do that game? My game's over. You got your content now, so we're good.
We are good. Good to see you ever so briefly. And I'll see you during the Battle Royale season as it rolls along. Thanks for popping in. Congrats on the win.
Thank you. We'll bang heads later. Bye.
Sure thing. 3rd and 2, 3 wide, 2 running backs for these Chiefs on a kind of important play. Don't want to go 3 and out after getting the pick 6 against. And here's the flat pass, the famous flat pass to Hunt. I've certainly replayed this play a number of times. Gets 5 yards, and it's a first down. So that works out. Going to Mahomes' card, avoiding that -3 yak. It's a first down up to the 44. Pacheco checks in as your halfback. Pacheco, usually an off-tackle guy. He went 7, 49, and 9 through 15 games. 7 linebucks, 49 off tackles, and there we see one, but that he does not put the man in zone, but it goes to the card. So what you can do with that short yardage, you don't have to put men in the end run. You can move them into off tackle. If you're thinking off tackle's coming, and you probably would think an off tackle's coming if Pacheco's running, given the splits we just talked about. 2nd and 10. Points are there for KC, given 2 pretty key injuries. I have to sneak by this pass rush, but if they can do that, KC should be able to get some points on the board here. 2nd and 10. Throughout the course of the game, long pass. Nobody home for Noah Gray. He's got an asterisk. He can go all the way if he gets it. Incomplete. Possible penalty. It gets waved off. Just misses on the 4. Tough roll there for Coach Irvin. Now faces a 3rd and 10. Versus 3-2-6. Green in the backfield. Joe Tooney playing left tackle, which will neutralize Hunter. But it's an opportunity for Will Anderson. But, 1-star Perrine can handle that. Short pass to Perrine, although he's gone, so that opens up the asterisk. It's a completion for 15. All zeros out there for linebackers for Houston, and they get the key first down to the Chiefs up to the 41. Looking past 2 men there. Incomplete. Would have been a incomplete on the look-in anyway. So if that was out in the flats, 2 man, they would have actually tacked on the loss of 3, but or tacked off the loss of 3, could say. But since it's look-in, falls incomplete, 2nd and 10. But better throwing that 2-man look-in than the flat pass that would have been that 3-yard loss. Long pass, Hopkins. He's doubled up. Be 1 man in zone, incomplete. Avoids the Mahomes must run, so pretty important double team there. Now another 3rd and 10. Green has seen a couple 3rd down targets. And he's back in the game against a 3-2-6. Up at the Houston 41, so possible 4-down territory. Possibility of a look-in is pretty decent here. I would expect short or look-in. And even the flats aren't so bad with the zeros out there. Better chance of the 0 men in zone, though. Possibility at the look-in level. Let's see. Goes flat. Nobody's home. Opportunity. Gets 9. 4th and 1. So 2-down territory it is, but you can get a pretty assured 3 points on the board. So make it a 1-score game, 14-6, or go for it. Facing one of the better 4th down and short defenses in the league. Just 31% conversions on 4th and short against this Houston defense. That was good for 4th in the league. Can they come up with a big 4th down stop here? 4th and 1. Kansas City ran 93% of the time in the regular season. But people know their tendencies, and there we go. It's a KCA Mahomes. He's got it picked. Can it go to the offensive card or defensive card? It goes to the offensive card. Turnover on downs. Houston makes the stop. Wow. So beautifully called by the Coach Rudy defense. And Houston's in pretty good shape for this stage of the game. It's where they would love to be. If you told them it was 14-3, early stages, second quarter, they'd be happy with the ball. Long pass Nico, nobody back there. Pass rush is live. Can they get home? No, it's a long gain for 30. So hit the lowest long gain, but a long gain's a long gain. And into scoring range immediately are the Houston Texans. Too tight. Ogunbowale hasn't seen much running action. We should look at that Pierce card here. Short pass Nico, 3 men in zone. Plenty of pass rush again. Can they get home now? No, 11 yards in unless there's a penalty. No penalty. First down up to the 25. Let's take a look at Pierce's card. I think he fumbles a bit, maybe. I mean, that's kind of an issue with him, I think. We'll check it out. But see, that's a nice looking card. Just 40 carries, but a 7.3 average. And did he fumble? He fumbled once. So he's got an elevated fumble, but it's not obscene. Looking past Nico, nicely called on the double team, incomplete. But that's 7 average for Pierce. Is a reason to get him in. Even if he's limited, if he gets a short gain, he's still getting 7. So 2nd and 10. Here's Ogunbowale. Gets his average, roughly, of 3 yards. 3rd and 7. And you see minimum fumbles there for Ogunbowale. Stays too tight. Short pass Stover. He's double teamed, looking for a big strip sack if you're KC. Gonna get picked. That's good enough. Tranquil at the 9. No penalty possibilities here. Can KC hit that 2? They got a nice gain on 2, and that's about it. Not 12, where it's just 5 yards. Oh, it's the opposite side. And they'll take it, though. That takes 3 points off the board for Houston. Starting off now at their own 14, halfway through second quarter. It's a flat pass to Kareem Hunt. Guessed right. And he gets that nice linebacker in zone for 16 yards. That's what you're looking to feast on if you're KC in this game. Hitting that 7. The blanks on 5, 6, 10. Yeah, I mean, that's makes for a good flat pass card, but all those zeros everywhere. Flat pass, 2 men in zone. Not intercepted. Interception splits coming up a lot here for both sides, 2nd and 10. Steele checks in as your blocking back here in this 3 wide, 2 running back formation. Kelsey off the field. All those. It's a short pass to the undouble teamed Worthy. Incomplete again. Possible penalty. Pass interference against the Texans. Automatic first down. Prevents the 3rd and long for KC. Instead, looking good at their own 43, 1st and 10. Guessed wrong. Flat pass. Schuster with an opportunity. Gets 8. 2nd and 2. 4-2-5. Interesting formation choice, especially given the matchups in the 4-2-5. Flat pass, Smith-Schuster. Again, 9 yards, possible penalty. He is waved off. 1st and 10 into right back where they were at the Houston 40. Noah Gray now end up blocking back with Pacheco as your halfback. Flat pass, Pacheco. That 0 is out there. Gets 23 on Pacheco's card. Up to the 17-yard line. Pacheco stays in. Pacheco, an unspectacular flat pass column, finds the big hit. KC presumably going to stay in the flats here. Off tackle, Pacheco. Guessed wrong. Gets a nice 7-yard gain up to the 10. Nice spot to be. Better than 8 yards. 2nd and 3 because now he has the flat pass alive, and it's an important factor against these zeros. Don't really want to run for a couple yards here. You don't want to set up the running backs just aren't fun to have 1st and goal from the 8 or whatever. Flat pass, Rice. He's got him in there. And Rice is going to get a touchdown. Guessed wrong. Into the end zone he goes. KC has to feel like they've dug out of the hole to make it 14-9. Let's see if our extra point will go through this time. It does. 14-10. Oh, 7 points makes it really a 10-point swing given the turnover. And Damian Pierce gets a chance again, and boom. Look at that. Out to midfield. He's a weapon. I have him in SFFA as my number 1 kick returner. Looking forward to that. Which is kind of why I knew his card and why I think he should be in the game here. Blocking back versus 4-3. Houston with a chance to get some points and whittle down the clock. Goes short past Schultz, looking for a sack. It's for KC. Can't find it. 1st down. D-Dye not showing up for these Chiefs. Some games it just seems to disappear. So far, that's been the case. Back into scoring range for Houston. Flat pass to the double team Dogan Bowling. This is intercepted before. Gets the 3, but on the wrong card. Could have been picked. 2nd and 10. Too tight versus a 3-3-5. I dare you to run, says Coach Irvin. Short pass, Nico. He's doubled. Looking for a dump off if you're Houston. And gets it. Can he get yards? No. The interception split shows up. Glad to get it there, not in the short pass. If you're CJ Stroud, which would have been picked. 3rd and 10. Houston stalling out here. The 3 yards into field goal range. A sack would take them out of it. 2:25. They have not burned the clock at all. They had the opportunity to bring it inside the 2-minute warning. Center's a 4 up against Chris. No, it's Wharton, not Chris Jones. Flat pass, Ogunbowale, man is there. It's a 4. Looking for the 6 white die. If you are the Texans, they get even better. The 5 white die against the 4. A huge conversion. 17 yards. That could result in some pretty serious keep away from Mahomes at the tail end of this half, among other things, such as a possible touchdown here for Houston as they are 22 yards out, 1st and 10. Look in, back to Ogunbowale. Gets 16. Does it hold up? It does. Should see a timeout here from KC. No reason not to burn it here. And they do. Got the D-die, I think. But, no, it did not get the D-die. Just 16 yards straight up on the 6. 1st and goal. It's a team that goes short a little bit less than most teams do in this spot, but I'd say you got a 50-50 chance of either end right. Ogunbowale, nobody, end run is not going to get in. 3 yards. End run guessed wrong, excuse me. Nobody was home. It was a 4 on the end. Schultz could not make the block. If he would have gone full house, they'd be dancing in the end zone. 2nd and 3. 2nd and goal from the 3, excuse me. Off tackle, guessed wrong. Ogunbowale needs 3. He doesn't get it, loss of 1. Big stop there. KC can't stop the clock. It'll tick down to 1:15. And Ogunbowale is limited here in terms of his 3.7. I forget if it rounds up or rounds down. That's kind of an important thing to know right now. Goes too tight. Boy, that full house formation would have delivered that touchdown. Instead, looking at the possibility of a field goal, staring that right in the face here. 3rd and goal from the 4. Short pass, Ogunbowale. Blitzers are there. Touchdown. Ogunbowale makes the big catch, comes in on a 63% sack die roll. Nobody would have made the sack. And it's 20-10 with a minute left. Big 3rd down conversion on the Ogunbowale flat pass. And he comes up with a touchdown as well on 3rd down. The kick is quite good on the 2 roll. Makes it 21-10. Nobody can break away in terms of runners for KC, and they burn a little clock on the return, only out to the 25, so not ideal. No timeouts for KC. Never stopped Mahomes before, though. Bucker only goes out to the 37, where he's far below average in terms of deep kicks, 15-36. Let's see if we see a 3-2-6 here from Houston. Let's see if they cover the look-in. 4-2-5. No, great checks in. Note again, he has the asterisk. So he can do all sorts of stuff. Asterisk for Worthy, asterisk for Rice, asterisk for Gray. So those are your asterisks. Short pass to Worthy. He is not double teamed. 4 men in zone. He's going to get 15. Out of bounds as well. Good first play for the Chiefs. Same formation. It's a flat pass. Nobody home. Rice looks like he's being doubled by a linebacker, I think. Gets 12. Guessed wrong. Out of bounds. Yes. Beautiful. To the Texans 48. 11 yards till the start of field goal range. Considering formations here. Now it goes with Hunt in the backfield instead of Gray. Not sure what he brings you. Maybe the yak is better. I guess he brings you the yak. I like Gray's asterisk. Well, here's Hunt. Let's see if he can show that yak off here. He cannot, but it's 8 yards. Houston looks like they're conceding the field goal. This time it's a decision, and it's a spike with 22 seconds. So couldn't get out of bounds. Still not in field goal range yet. But again, I mean, Houston's been showing that they're conceding it. Let's see if they keep that up or switch it up. KC considering getting an end run guy in there. There's a chance of stopping the clock. It's you're probably looking at it. Is Perina's best in terms of carries end run? Led the team was Pacheco with 9, Hunt with 8. Hunt in, but in the shotgun, so end run is not in play here. So he'll be throwing it. Going 3-3-5, so out of the 3-2-6 nickel. Can't really goes deep to Hopkins. A 5 is back there. Can't hit it, so now he faces the 4th down from the 40. Gotta go. Seems like you're going to something like a blocking back formation, not shotgun. Open up the possibility of the run to the outside. With the 1st down, you can spike with 1 second left. So the whole field is open. But go shotgun 4 wide. So could run Hunt. Felt like it. He's going to need a chunk to feel good about field goal. So I'd expect to see a pass, bottom line. Hunt just does not have enough in his card. It's a looking past the Hunt. The 5 is there. Gets 6 yards, though, and that puts him into range. Can spike there with 1 second left, and he's got a 15 out of 36 unless he gets some help from Variable. Variable could also knock him out of range in theory, so let's see what happens here for Bucker. The kick is up. It is good. Hits on 2 through 6. And that's a nice 3 points for KC. A little bit of confidence heading into the locker room. 21-13. Let's take a look at the box for posterity. Get it on tape. Pretty even. Both with 14 first downs, both doing well on third, both the same amount of yards. Houston with the yard per play advantage. And a nice field position advantage has been really helpful for Houston. As you see, Pierce, 2 returns for 92 yards. It looks like we're getting 2 minutes, so I'm going to grab me another cigar, I guess. We'll see if anybody pops in for a halftime interview. Okay. I guess we're ready. KC, trying to double up here. Goes 3 wide. Let the flat pass-a-thon begin. Now to Kelsey. He gets 4, does not fumble. Good fumble rating this year for KC, as you can see. And that's a successful first down play, 2nd and 6. Minimally successful, of course. 4 yards is kind of the 4 yards or more success, 3 yards or less not success. He'll take it. Flat pass. Kelsey guessed wrong. Incomplete on that nice card. Brings up a 3rd and 6. We saw in the box score. No problem for these teams so far on 3rd down. Let's see if they can keep it up here. You see traditionally a short passer in this spot, but they could be easily convinced to go flat here with one of the react guys. And that's what they're doing. And there's 2 men there, and it's incomplete. Would have been a short gain. Really nice call from Coach Rudy. It's going to force a punt for these Chiefs right from the get-go. San Diego State's Matt Ariza punts it 52 yards. Robert Woods from the 14. Fair catch on 11. Not a fumble. Woo. Joe Mixon is back. One of 2 All-Pro selections from this Houston squad. Former Chief Tommy Townsend is the other Pro Bowler. Linebuck to Mixon. Gets 3 on the nice defensive card of the Chiefs. Not giving anything up on Snake Eyes. 2nd and 7. Short pass Nico. Lots of blitzers. And this time it's another dump off. And it's 23. As much as 23. He gets all 23, does Joe Mixon. Goes to the high linebacker. It's a first down up to the 40. Houston finished, let's see, 4th in the league. 24% of the time they got dump offs when they were dump off eligible. That's a high percentage, especially for how poor the offensive line is. It seems the trend is sort of continuing here. Linebuck Mixon, he has all the carries in the world. Not going to get a big gainer here, just 2, as Shaq Mason couldn't come up with the block. 2nd and 8. too tight with Mixon. Goes end run, as he does. Gets 5. Mixon, third in the league with 135 end run rushing attempts. 5th in the league with 137 line buck attempts. You just don't see him much on the off tackle, where he just had 23. 3rd and 3. Here's a look into Mixon. Nobody home. Pass rush, I think, is present. Incomplete on Mixon's card. Misses on the 7. And KC feels happy about getting off the field here. Counts it on from 53 yards out. Your all-pro punter. Ex-Chief. Where does he place it? 46 yards down the field. So a nice punt from your all-pro. Going to put KC back at what? Their 7, maybe? Yeah, 7-yard line. First and 10. 10:48 left. Big Chief needs 3 minutes. So we wait. This little break. Houston, the regular season was 4-6 in one-score games. KC, well, at least through 15 games. Oh, I don't have it for them. I hadn't added that to the sheet yet. But Houston's 10 one-score games was the 9th highest amount in the league of one-score games. And looks like we're headed to that again. We're on the outskirts of a one-score game right now. But I would bet we're headed back to that. It's a team that finished with 304 yards per game, 32nd in the league in offense. Is that right? Wow. Looks like he's back. Already has 255. Blocking back formation with Hunt and Gray. KC looking to work it down the field. Has a nice opportunity to start off and does not complete. Goes to that defensive card. 2nd and 10. Had him guessed wrong. Pretty sure it's incomplete on Mahomes' card as well. That 10 roll. 2nd and 10. Steele checks in. It's a draw to Hunt. He's got an opportunity here. Get 6, so that brings up a 3rd and 4. It's what you want if you're KC. Playbook is open. Very successful 2nd down run. Too tight with Hunt. See, Tooney moves in, which is interesting because now you got a lot of pass rushers, which indicates to me it's small ball time for KC. To run a flat pass. And they go short, so changes them up and gets 11. No D-die, which would have been what Houston was looking for if they had guest pass. So nice change up there by Coach Irvin. The reward is a 1st and 10 in zone 24. It's Hunt and Gray in the backfield. Tooney again on the inside. Short pass, Noah Gray. Another 10 unless there's a penalty. And there's not. As Mr. Crowley joins, welcome aboard, Dennis. 1st and 10 out to 34. How are you this evening?
Good. Good job on getting them past the tech difficulties.
Thank you.
What did you do? To pick and then threw a bomb or something?
I just let the 4th down go and then threw bombs until we got in. 6 yards on 1st down. Took a few more passes than you'd like. Stroud could not complete, guessed wrong, nobody home for the life of him for a while.
Yeah, that's funny. But it looks like it's, the Chiefs are hanging in there, coming up close to midfield here.
Yeah, and look, Chiefs have, they've had a rough go of it so far, but they've got everything there for them, and they pick up 32, capped at 20.
Oh, yep, yeah.
So at the 40 now, the Stingley's out, and Neville Hewitt's out, the 5
outside linebacker.
Pass.
Yep.
Yeah, outside linebacker. So you see, KC loves to throw the flats, and they got all zeros. And they got Hopkins up against a 0. So moving the ball shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Still up in the air then. Not
very much so. Houston moving the ball really well as well.
What are the key stats that you've noticed in your scouting of this game?
All sorts of them.
Playing this game, like Chiefs run defense against the poor runners of the Texans, or must runs.
What's waiting to happen that hasn't happened is the defensive line pass rush for both teams is top 5, and neither have come up with a big sack. So that's something, that big sack could come sooner or later here. And you see he's moved Joe Tooney in. Tooney's been out most of the. Here's an opportunity for a sack. Hunter and Anderson, and look at that. Hunter whiffs on a 90. 11-yard completion, double teamed. Whoa! There's a roll.
There is a roll. Several rolls to get it to be that result. That's that Mahomes magic right there.
Wow.
Yeah, because his offensive tackles at 0-2, Wanya Morris, and 0-4, Jawan Taylor. Those ends are going to get after it.
Yeah, but you can move Tony out. You could move Tooney out to the left tackle. He's got that flexibility. Short gain, another nice roll up to the 13-yard line. Chiefs looking to complete a 93-yard drive here. Very efficiently, I must say. Too tight.
Yeah, you look at the internal pass rusher, especially the 0-4 Mario Edwards, who's going up against Tooney now. You could get somebody off the bench that would take care of him, and then you shift Tooney out to take care of one of the ends.
And he was doing that early. Flat pass, one man there. And somehow switched away from it. Get 4, which puts him at the 9. Not an ideal spot for these Chiefs runners.
And all the saved game stuff that he lost his substitutions or something.
Maybe.
Although that wouldn't do it, because you're going off. You built the save off of his save, or your save. I mean, it would have already had saves in there.
2nd and 6 from the 9. Not good runners in. So this is a tough spot for the Chiefs. Going to need a roll here to make it work. Again, Tooney's on the inside. Oof. Chiefs
Well, you
living
think,
and dying on the flat pass, and this is just
yeah,
not an ideal
maybe
spot.
he's gonna run it here. Oh no, I guess not. He's throwing to short.
Incomplete, possible penalty. Texans have awful cards for penalty, and there you go. Bottom of the league in just about every category. Big bailout there. Moves from 3rd and 6 to 2nd and 1. This you can handle if you're the KCA.
Yeah, this you got to pound it in here.
Yep.
Sneak, Hunt, or Pacheco up the middle.
Rudy's a big run caller. 4th in the league at 31%. Mahomes is keyed from the 4. Nicely done. Gets 3 yards anyway. Possible penalties. Waved off. Rudy not rewarded yet again for another nice call on this drive. 1st and goal. So you're going for 2 here, right? If you get in?
I think so, yeah, especially with that run defense up the middle. He keyed correctly 2 times in a row. This time he's rewarded. Kareem Hunt up the middle. Touchdown, of course, has on a sneak to Mahomes right there. I like Rudy's aggressiveness, not giving up.
Been keying a lot. He's 2nd in the league in calling keys. 8.9 keys per game by this defense attempted. 10th in the league in success at 25% of correctly called keys when he keys. This time he does not key correctly. Carson Steele with an opportunity from the 2. He's in. Touchdown, Chiefs.
So that's a big reason why I go for 2 right now, because, running the ball, you have a lot of chances on the D card to convert. And then if you want to throw it, it should be guessed wrong.
Yeah, middle linebacker is just a 4. Not sure what the free safety lines up as.
He is a 4-4.
And it's guessed wrong for Hunt. Linebacker is a 4. Makes the play.
Oh, well done.
Well, a lot of good rolls for KC on that drive, but that one not so good. And then Pierce gets yet another chance. No, this time it goes to Sims, who's just for 30. Pierce has put the Texans at midfield twice with his big returns.
I saw the
Mixon
second one,
yeah, Mixon was out for the entirety of the first half with an injury. And he brought in Ogunbowale instead of Pierce, which, it's kind of a head scratcher. I know Pierce has a bit of a fumble, but has not slowed the Texans offense, though. Back to the Mixon end run. Not any help there. 3 yards. Second and 7. Stroud, not selected in Battle Royale. Still has done pretty well today. Looking past the Mixon. Incomplete on that Stroud card. Right on cue. Shows you why he wasn't selected. 3rd and 7.
Yeah, and as average as his flat pass card is, his deep card is way below average, and short card is not that much, not that great either. A big step back from his amazing rookie card.
Yes, for sure. Short pass, Stover. 3 men in zone, finds the hole. 4th and 7. KC going to have a chance to take the lead here. Townsend 62 yards out this time. Goes for 51. So from the 11. Just need to hold on to the ball here if you're KC. And you'll feel good. And you feel really good with an 18-yard return. Winner faces the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. Defeated the Steelers this evening. Shut them out. Pittsburgh had won both regular season games. Here's a guess wrong look in.
Yeah, we all know what a good coach Peter is. So even though Burrow is the best quarterback card in the set, that's still, I would say, somewhat of an upset by seeing the Bengals win and not only win but shutting them out. Pretty impressive.
Yes. Yeah, they didn't do it with offense. They did it with defense. It was a pretty low-scoring game. Not the game script I would have predicted. Flat pass, guessed wrong. Another opportunity for Kelsey. Can he get double-digit yards? Yes, 16 yards up to midfield. Well, things feel like they're falling apart for the Texans right now.
Yeah, all that keying is great when you're right, but that time you try to key a below average running back in Hunt and it backfired.
Tooney staying at guard. Heimbach, nobody home for Hunt. Looking for at least 4 yards. Gets 6 of them. That's good. 2nd and 4 from the 44. $112 left, third quarter. KC was down, 10 points early? Maybe 13 points
11.
early?
11, 14-3.
11. 3 wide, 2 running back. If I'm the Texans at this point, I'm hunting sacks. I got to hunt sacks. Flat pass. Well, 2 men in zone. Here's a chance. Nicely done, but still 6 yards. Cusp of field goal range. Bucker not his normal self this year.
Yeah, he's only got out to the 37 and less than 50% at that. So needs to get inside the 32.
Checo with a nice chunk. KC just steamrolling their way down the field here to the 31.
So the Texans led by 11 two different times, 14-3 and 21-10.
Guessed run, nobody home. Can't make that play on the 5 roll. Goes to the defensive card. 1st and 10 to the 26. KC is built well for these long drives. 0 fumble rating as a team. Mahomes doesn't have a snap fumble. That min. This is sort of what they do offensively. Nobody home. Rashee Rice with a huge opportunity here from the 26. Falls incomplete unless the penalty bails him out.
So another sellout to stop the run.
Yeah. Those were working early on.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're stopping somebody from going from a 5-yard gain to a 0-yard gain, that's not
much juice.
That's not the inefficiency you're looking to remedy.
Graves faces the 0 out there. Guessed right. Gonna get a possible penalty though. 16 yards. Does it hold up? It does. To the 10. As we enter the 4th quarter. 21-19 Houston for the moment. Looking for a huge play here from this 9th ranked red zone D. 18% empty. 18% empty trips was 4th in the league. Sorry, go ahead.
Just he's showing blitz here, so he might try to force a sack if he can convince Mahomes to go short pass instead of flat pass.
Yeah. I would send him anyway and try to get on the flat pass. Get that fifth man on the line. You know, you can even get on the flat. It's an off tackle hunt. Okay. 0 is better than +1. Zero is also better than +2, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know where. I mean, I guess I'd take +5. That's where I'd start to feel okay about it.
Even then, you like to have that Mahomes flat pass option against the zeros for sure.
Yep.
Not showing blitz this time.
Yeah. Short pass, Marquise Brown. Hollywood Brown brings it in unless there's a penalty. Holding it, Houston. That touchdown holds up, and the Chiefs take the lead. 25-21, 1 or 2 here. One.
I would go for 2, but he's probably going to go for 1. I'd go for 2. I'd tell you why, because then the 6-point difference, you can make it up if he gets another touchdown with another touchdown 2-point conversion. So you just get yourself that step closer. But if he gets, start talking about 2 field goals, and there's lots of ways to look at it. But at this point, if I'm facing that Texans defense, I'm going for 2. Maybe Tim's thinking about it, trying to figure out what play would work.
Well, I mean, the case against is you get the 1, he scores a touchdown, field goal wins it.
True. That exactly, yeah. So but I would say this is instead of a 50-50 play. Depending on what the call is, if he can key you perfectly, yeah, it's a different story. But this seems like more like a 65-35 type chance in favor of the Chiefs.
Yep. I guess you got to call a run here and hope for the best. Oh, correct double team. So how about that? Great call. Incomplete.
Boom.
So that correct double team prevented the must run, I think. Yep.
Yeah, it did.
And that's why I would have called run, was because the 7 is incomplete. Avoids Damian Pierce on the return. That's a big deal. It's touchback. So Texans need to pull out a touchdown. They have 13 minutes. A lot of game left here.
Texans have not put any points on the board in the second half. So whatever the Chiefs adjusted to at halftime has been effective, stopping that Texans offense.
Yeah, that's with Mixon back on the field. Look in, Nico. Just 2 yards. As good as Nico is. Great flat pass wrong. Flat pass right is okay. Certainly good, but not great.
It's like a tight.
There's only 3 flat pass right. What's that?
It's like one of those tight end cards, with the +7, +6, +12.
Doesn't give you a long gain, though. I like to see a long gain. The only thing, there's only 3 in the set, though. Christian Watson, Pierce from Indy, and one other guy gives you a flat pass right long gain, which is sort of that old school.
Yeah.
So unsuccessful first down. Texans need to get on schedule. Ooh, they could be facing a 3rd and 8 here, and they are. Incomplete.
Yeah, it's like one of those times where you're getting dump offs left and right and white die 6s in the first half, and then second half all that stuff dries up.
Yep, and they sure were.
Punting a lot
exactly
more.
Right. They were getting dump offs left and right early on. Crazy percentage, 20% dump offs. Is that right? No, yeah, 20% dump off on their short and long passes, which is a pretty high number, given their offensive line, which is kind of weak. I got to pull a rabbit out of the hat here on 3rd and 8. Nico's doubled up, looking for the dump off. Can he get it? No, it's a defensive completion for 13. Good enough.
That's why you like those stock team cards sometimes instead of the draft league teams, where it's hard to find those straight numbers on the D card.
For sure. Nice call by Coach Irvin.
The Texans certainly needed that. Rudy's got to be happy about that. Doesn't have to go 3 and out. Move the ball a little bit.
The way Coach Irvin calls it, I'd just be pounding Mixon. Just pound, pound, pound. Here we go. End run. Gets 15. Very successful play there.
Yeah, the Chiefs don't have that those short gains up the middle like a lot of teams have to deal with. So they have a pretty good run defense, poor pass defense, and sometimes you see that and you just go after the poor, but you still got to run the ball. You want to take advantage of what your opponent's giving you.
Agree. And
Teams
nobody
with a lot of
calls
double teams, a lot of pass calls.
Yeah, nobody calls run less than Coach Irvin. Chris Jones makes a play, 2nd and 10. Avoids the boxes. Boxes were alive there. At the KC 40, so in field goal range, 42-yard line is where Fairbairn activates, where he is 29 out of 36. Back to Mixon.
Oh,
Gets 3. No, vacated zone 13.
yeah, using him to double team, and that left it open there for that box to come into play.
Now goes blocking back. Stover bring anything there? No. Looking past Mixon. Up against the 4. Gets 13 if it does not get called back. It does not get called back. So to the 14-yard line, Houston's on the move. (9:18). Too tight, blitzing 4-3. Flat pass, Mixon, one man there. Gets 5 to the 9.
Mixon's got a strong receiver card for a back. Guess
Sure
run
does.
especially.
Mixon 4th best flat pass wrong among halfbacks in the set. 10th best
Nice.
right. But no flat passing here.
Yeah, but this is
Gotta pound.
maybe the time for that sack you were talking about.
Yeah, you got to pound the rock here. Just gotta pound it. Does not. In deep trouble here. Could we see the sack they're waiting for? No. Oh, 3rd and 5. Well, it would have been a bad roll for the running back on the 5 roll. So nothing lost.
That also, without the double team, that's a touchdown.
Nico just seeing a ton of targets. Finished 9th in the league in targets overall with 166. 3rd and 5. Is it 2-down territory with 8:42 left?
I think you can kick a field goal here to still have a chance to get the ball back. If you're confident in your defense, you might want to do that, but we'll see what Rudy's thinking. Mixon can catch a short pass. We haven't seen Schultz targeted yet.
Going to Nico again, not doubled. And he's got it. Beats the 4. Touchdown, Houston. And now they can go up field goal. Fairbairn, he can miss him, and he's missed him in the regular season. Big one here. If Strat lets us kick it, they do, and let's see. It's good. 28-25.
So nice fight back from the Texans. Going down. Some coaches might get out of it mentally, but Rudy put together a nice drive, and the pressure's back on Tim now and his Chiefs.
It's got to be steady Eddie if you're the Chiefs here. Keep on doing what you're doing. This just played it so well. in the second half. Coach Irvin has.
Still has a protector of the year, Joe Tooney, in the guard instead of tackle.
Yeah. Three wide, two running backs. Flat pass to Worthy. Man is there. And the only zone not vacated. Does not matter. 15. He's hit that a few times now. It's got to be 4 or 5 times. Taking advantage of those zeros.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd move those zeros as much. I mean, they're already targets as they are with the zero rating. And then to leave the zones empty by using them to double team when Tim hasn't really been targeting the short and long passes. He's been targeting the flats.
And he's not one to typically vacate the flats. He's third in the league in men in zone flat. Looking past, nobody home. Worthy gets 16. Zoom, right down the field they go.
And that was a white die 5, which would have been a -3 or incomplete on the D card if you had left your guys home. So maybe a little bit of trying to do too much here.
Yeah, I agree. I'd just be blitzing and activate your pass rush on these flat passes. Guessed wrong. 14 more. If the penalty is waived off, it is waived off to the 23. Because you're going to pick up a flat pass sack too. I mean, there's enough flat passes, you're going to get one.
Yeah. Especially with those your two strongest pass rushers facing his two weakest pass blockers.
Yep. You just want that to come up as much as you can. Guessed right. My card, your card, works in favor of the Chiefs. 4 yards. Tick down to 5:42 left. Back to the red zone. This is for the Chiefs in particular. Short pass here to get me to the 9-yard line does not sound attractive. I'm running or flatting.
Yeah, I got to keep hitting the flats, especially when they're open so often.
Kareem Hunt. Short gain, he's in. Touchdown.
Wow.
Kansas City Chiefs. Wow, is right. This time, going for one.
Yep, got two.
Critical point. Bucker's good. He had missed one in the regular season.
So Texans need a touchdown now. We're at the point where it's likely 4-down territory with 5 minutes to go in regulation.
And they get the big touchback. It's huge. I mean, Pierce is just a beast. I'm looking forward to using him in SSFA. He's got.
Yeah, I saw some of the runs.
It's a beastly card there.
Absolutely.
Too tight versus the 4-3. These Chiefs were in 10 one-score games in the regular season, lost 6 of them. Flat pass Mixon. Incomplete, possible penalty. 2nd and 10. Went to the Chiefs penalty card. See that blank on 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, so just for the viewers at home, when there's the X on the black die, you check for the penalty. Check the penalty card.
In that case, it went to the defensive card. Yeah. Going short, looking for that big sack if you're the Chiefs. This is when you need it. It's better than that. It's an interception. Possible penalty. Justin Reed. On the return, does it hold up? Not much here on the return card, except on the 2. Gets no yards. Does the penalty get waved off? It looks like it's getting waved off. It is. Waved off. First down, Chiefs. Looking to at least guarantee overtime. Unless the Texans get frisky and go for 2 if they're down a score, down touchdown. They are 9 yards away from field goal range.
Yeah, you want to hold them to a field goal attempt. I mean, if you can turn the ball back over, even better, but it's going to be tough to stop the way the Chiefs offense has been moving the second half.
Here's Hunt. He's been doing really well. 7 yards. Let's check his stats. 17 for 98.
5.8 yards per carry when that touchdown, which we just saw.
How'd he work for you in Autumn Wind, Kareem Hunt?
I wound up trading him.
Oh, you did?
I think. Yeah. I traded him for a 4th round pick next year.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Back to Hunt. This time gets the dreaded 5.
After I got Aaron Jones. So, yeah,
right. 3rd and 3. This is where KC throws short 31% of the time. The league is just at 17%. That's his only outsized play call versus the league. And it's just a 31% clip.
I think that you're in 2-down territory here for as the Chiefs. If you don't make it here, you might want to, you might wind up going for it again because Butker can't kick the long field goal.
Yep. I agree. Flat pass, Rice, one man there. Need that defensive card if you're the Texans. They get the -3, but the +8 turns it into a first down. Wow. Clock ticks to 3 minutes.
Yeah, 6, 7, 8 were the only ones that were going to stop that from being a first down.
Steele checks in this 3 wide 2. Surprised you're taking the hit on the run blocking here. Flat pass, Rice, guessed wrong. 8 yards. Creed Humphrey is going to miss the AFC Championship game and the Super Bowl. That's a pretty significant loss.
Yeah, that's a big
7 center. Yeah, that's huge. Not sure what the Bengals even run, if they run 4-3 or 3-4. In that prospective matchup.
Yeah, pretty sure they're a 4-3.
Yeah, you can move Henderson to linebacker and get that matchup every time, right?
Yep. Yeah, with those outside linebackers that can go back to defensive end.
Second and 2. It's Hunt and Steele again. It's a key on Hunt. It's a correct key. But he's going to get no gain. The 4 makes the play again. Yeah, he does. So 3rd and 2. Would have lost 1 on Hunt's card. Big play here, obviously.
Yeah. You kick the field goal here if you're the Chiefs, if you don't make it, to go up 7, in all likelihood, unless it's 4th and 1 and you're really feeling frisky. But if you pick up a first down, you can kind of think about getting 2 more first downs and running out the clock.
Yeah. I go 3-4 here, by the way. I go 3-4, call run. I'm just loading up the flats, call and run. That's my move here instead of 4-3. You can do it in this league. This is the time to do it.
Yeah, or even the 3-3-5 and get 2 true double teams is another option with the threat of the run call.
Yep.
Because you're not going to hurt your defensive tackles. They're already zeros, and you're going to move them to nose tackle, and he's going to still be a 0.
Yep. Rudy's made a couple key plays here, okay? And he cannot get Steele, who's going guessed wrong. He's going to lose a yard with a man in zone. Back to the 27.
Yeah,
Harrison Bucker
without
is
the man in zone, that's a 2-yard gain. That first down.
33 of 36. Yeah, it sure is.
And if he had, he was keying the wrong person. So if it was a free safety, that would have been in the off tackle spot. He would have disappeared.
2 through 10. Good. So now let's see if Pierce can get off a return. I mean, I think that's just an absolute. It's sprung so many drives for the Texans tonight. Will it happen here? No, it goes to the number 1. Yeah, that's Pierce, but he gets the 8 roll. So avoids that extra 15 yards or so, which would have come in handy.
Plenty of time, 2 timeouts to go down and get a touchdown.
Yep. Agree. For now, I'm going flats until I don't have to. Because a sack might even one sack right here could end the game. Effectively.
Yeah, Chiefs go 3-2-6, so you could try to run it, in run, try to get out of bounds. Incomplete on the short pass to Tank Dell.
Three, 2, 6, but he's in the shotgun, so no end runs here. Yeah, I'd be end running if I wasn't in shotgun. Tank Dell again. This time incomplete again. 2 9s in a row. Both incomplete. Down to the last 2 plays are the Texans. I haven't noticed. Has there been 2 men deep each time? Have you noticed?
No. He's moved the extra DB or the free safety to the looking spot.
Mm-hmm.
Made it generic. So both those 9s would have been receiver readings on a flat.
Just a yard. 4th and 9.
We've seen Tim do a double here on Collins and Dell in a similar spot.
In this spot, yeah, I mean, where's Chenal? He's not in there. See, I'd be putting Chenal on Stroud. Get rid of that must run, at least half of them, on a 4th down. Shadow.
Yeah, still not a great opportunity 2 through 5, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, Chenal. It's an completion for 11, and the Texans are alive. Could not get out of bounds.
That would have been good double team too. He should use his timeout here. You want to keep as much time available for a dump off possibility, which goes away with 30 seconds left. Still time to flat pass. He's shied away from that.
See Ogunbowale's nice flat pass column.
Yeah, a little flat pass right to Ogunbowale. Sounds like a good play.
It's a long pass to Woods. 1 man is back. Incomplete. And I think that's a completion. Is it not on the defensive card?
I'll check. Oh yeah, go for it. You already got it up.
Yep, 31. Ogunbowale is the second best flat pass right among halfbacks in the set. Short pass Woods, 4 men. Looking for that 7. Another bad must run. Possible penalty. Waved off 3rd and 9.
Use that time.
And couldn't get out of bounds either.
Okay, so now you're starting to get desperate here. Got to convert the first down first, but it's getting early. It's getting late early around here. It's getting early late.
Left the look-in open last time. Let's see if Rudy goes to it here.
I haven't seen that tendency. I think he's going short again, probably to Nico Collins.
And he's
There
doubled
it
up.
is.
Incomplete. Last chance again for the Texans, 45 seconds. Mixon checks in. See, you want Ogunbowale there for the dump off because he's going to get you the 10 yards. I guess he'll get you the 9 there. Short pass, Tank Dell, not double team. Complete for 13.
Wow, skin in your teeth. Gets out of bounds too.
Boy, and that was on the dump off too. It would have on dump off, but got the completion.
So 37 seconds to get 41 yards. This
And
is
by the way, if I'm the
last
Texans,
play.
I'm going for 2 if I'm the Texans, by the way.
Oh, for sure. This is the last play that dump off is possible.
Great
Oh,
play by Justin Reed.
but goodness gracious, he's the only 5 out there. Well, there's a 6 there too, but I'm saying you had 3 other targets covered by 4s.
That's big. You want to get inside the 30. You want to get to that long pass double team completion. Nico is in trouble here. In trouble. Gets 15 on the must run.
Does he get out of bounds?
Look at the 7 picked off on the defensive card. So let's check.
No more dump offs here. So he's gonna have to earn it, so to speak. He's gonna have to come off the cards without any business.
Yeah, indeed. Both double team long pass completions deliver the touchdown, but it's on 2 and 12. So can't get too excited. Short pass, Robert Woods, 4-man in zone. Personal foul, late hit. It's going to be all the way down
to the 5. First and goal. That was huge.
So you got one spike here, right? But
yep.
You know, so he's limited. Ogunbowale can't do it. I mean, he's 30 carries, 3.7.
Here comes the sack. You've been calling for it all
here
game.
comes the sack. Is right.
It's gonna happen right now. You really want to mix it in there.
Yep.
At least to give you some kind of faint threat of a run. Unless can Stroud? No, he can't run, can he?
He can't. It's sack time, no doubt about it.
Gotta hope for the 1X if you're a Texan fan.
Linebuck Stroud.
You're gonna do that and spike it
against the 5. Jeez, it's tough sledding here. Tough sledding. Ogunbowale's double teamed. Look out! Incomplete on the receiver card. Does he have a catch there? No.
Guessed wrong, but not guessed right. So again, I think you want to run. We want to line up with Mixon in there.
Okay, I'm with you.
Goes to Stover. A 0 pass blocker.
Sack ends the game.
A must run for less than 5 yards will also end the game.
He could get out of bounds on that, couldn't he?
Yeah, you're right. If it doesn't go out of bounds.
Tank Dell's double team. Beautifully done. It's complete anyway. Touchdown. Texans. Oh, my. With 1 second left. No time left on the clock. Decision time for Coach Rudy. 2-point conversions this year. I don't see any. He's kicking it.
I don't see one here either. He's kicking it.
Harburn, the 11 ends the game. Yo 11 or overtime.
Part of that has to be the Chiefs' really good run defense.
Harburn hits it. We had extra time here in Kansas City.
Big Chief says no doubt, but this is more like a message to you, Rudy. Look, action here instead of no doubt.
It's amazing, right? I mean, you're not bringing Mixon in, and it avoids the sack. It's like sometimes I think all the overthinking I do,
Yeah, and we
sometimes
still
I think,
haven't seen the sack yet. So
yeah,
both teams will get a chance here, barring actually both offenses will get a chance. So barring a pick six or a turnover, both offenses will see the field.
starting off with Hunt, guessed wrong. Nobody home, gets his 5 yards. Hunt up to 20 runs. He's got to be getting close here. Two
That was
more left.
A run call there would have forced the fumble, which you don't get very often with Hunt.
Oh, yes. Look at that right there. Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, my. Pacheco is 9. He goes off tackle with Pacheco typically. And there it is. Guessed right. Did not key him. Linebacker can't make that play. 4 yards. So successful. Not keyed, short yardage.
Successful plug, just not the white die wasn't the right roll.
We got such a passive rush advantage right now. If you send any of these linebackers up against that 0, you got both these ends working. 3rd and 1.
But again, you're expecting Tim to go flat or run the ball here. Maybe a sneak to Mahomes. Maybe a flat, though, because he's selling out on those keys. Yeah, he's keyed him. Flat pass, good call.
And a late hit. Hunt with his 2 remaining carries before first level fatigue, which matters for him. Because you're not living off short gains. You know, he's a cloud of dust sort of guy, so that 1 yard actually matters with him. He goes to him. So find a nice reading here. Guessed wrong? He does. Another 16. Kareem Hunt. Feasting.
Mahomes with 52 passing attempts, which seems excessive, but you look at Hunt, he's got 21 carries. That's about the right amount for him. Like you said, he's just about down into fatigue. So all that flat passing, it doesn't bother Mahomes too much. He's able to do that without worrying about overusage or injuring his arm. Noah Gray, that's a guy I'd like to see in there more often than not. The ability to go deep for blocking back.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good asset. You have him in Battle Royale. The asterisk doesn't matter in Battle Royale, but matters here. Guess wrong opportunity for Hopkins. Looking for more than 10. Gets 15. 10 would have been a downer. 15 is fine and dandy. 1st and goal at the 4.
Yep, good choice of targets, covered by 0. If you thrown it, and that was Stingley's man. So Stingley out of the game cost him big time right there.
Indeed. So, Rudy likes the key. Who are you keying here? I think he's going to Mahomes again.
Sneak? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
4-yard line. Seems counterintuitive enough for it to happen.
Pacheco it is. Nobody home. Gets 2. Boy, there's really no end runners on this team.
Yeah, you'd like to have seen him plug that. That would have been a loss of 1. 3-yard
Kansas City
swing.
Chiefs, yeah, they rank 32nd in the league in end runs.
I believe that's last.
That is last. He is incorrect. Get 6, touchdown. And the game does not end. Bucker on for all important extra point. Misses on 11 as well. Barely good, but good. Possible penalty. No. Okay. Do we see Dameon Pierce or not? We do for 44. Possible penalty. There's a flag. We don't see who it's on. I don't think it's possible the defense. Possible personal foul. It's not telling us. We don't know. I wish we knew. Offsetting. Do it again. Oh,
Exactly the same. Oh, I thought it was the
now
same roll. But it's after the 40 because it was
the
one
40.
of those
Okay. Well,
one of those landing zone violations. And they don't get it inside the 20. So instead of the 45, it's a 40. That's not too bad. Decent consolation prize.
yeah. Mixing in 3 wide. Looking to mix in. Looking for the 6 on the white die. Doesn't get it. It's an incomplete pass.
Interesting how we talked a lot about the overtime rules before the playoff started. And it could be my imagination, but God, we've had a lot of overtime games in the playoffs.
We have.
So we
It's
know
like
the
the
answer
third or fourth.
definitively.
A lot. Okay, 3-3-5 here. So you got some boxes and things open to mix in. Would have had 45 yards on that run if he went off tackle.
Oh, man.
Snake eyes.
What a call that would have been.
Mixon going to get 7. The linebacker's there, so not 17, even though he switched up.
So it's only Mixon's 9th carry. I know he was injured in the first half, but only his 9th carry of the game.
It's hard to argue with 35 points on the board, but yeah, I'd want more than that.
Well, he was chasing a lot too. In the second half,
Yep.
when the Chiefs overcame the deficit, he was chasing.
2 plays to get 3 yards. The advantage of going second. Flat pass Nico. Opportunity here for Nico Collins. He gets 7 yards, just misses that long gain. To the KC 46.
So now, if you're the Texans, you're definitely going for 2 this time, right?
Yeah, you kind of have to go for 2.
If you get the touchdown.
Yep.
Although maybe not. Maybe Rudy's gonna trust his defense, but defense hasn't been doing much in the second half.
No, sure hasn't. You're not going to get another chance. So flat pass Mixon.
Ooh.
Woo-hoo! Off the fingertips. 2nd and 10. Okay, 3 wide versus a dime. Okay, what do you want to do? By the way, that would have been 5 yards for Mixon. Boy, look at that.
I'm
59,
definitely
45.
running it here.
Yeah. Linebuck Mixon only gets a yard.
Chris Jones.
He plays 9 yards.
Flat pass still in play. You're in 4-down territory.
Not double teamed as Nico. Looking for that sack if you're the Chiefs. Incomplete on Nico's guard. No penalty. Penalty holding us Houston. Decision time for Coach Irvin. What do you do here, Tim? Dennis?
I decline. I'd get that 4th down and maybe send a free safety blitz to end it. But I could see the logic for taking it because he needs to get 2 plays. 2 plays to get 20 yards is more difficult than 1 play to get 9.
Yep. Ogunbowale takes away the run. Need to get in short pass position here. It's a short pass to Ogunbowale. Not a very good receiver card. Incomplete. Penalty is offsides against Kansas City.
Oh, interesting. Better than an automatic 1st down penalty if you're a Chiefs fan.
Now I would go too tight with Mixon. We see 4 wide.
If that would have been a deep pass, I believe that would have been a completion. Right? You got one guy back there with a 4, white die 6.
6, yeah.
You throw it to any of those guys except for Tank Dell. You're completing it.
Deontay Johnson up against a 5. Incomplete on Johnson's guard. I didn't see who was double teamed there, but let's see what Nico does on that 3. Incomplete. Here we go. 4th and 14. Stroud is like 2 and 3 or something. 2 through 4.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but Tank Dell on a 3 is plus 14 exactly. But he's never thrown. He hasn't thrown at him at once since I've been watching because of the 6 coverage of Trent McDuffie.
Going to Ogunbowale for 14. Not going to get it. It's over. Game over. Chiefs advance. We're going to see the Chiefs and the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. Congratulations to Coach Irvin on a really tough fought win. And Coach Rudy did a great job too.
Fun game. Nice back and forth. Lots of lead changes in the second half. And Tim did a great job overcoming the early pick 6, the 11-point deficit twice, as we brought up. And lived up to the expectations of another great USFFL playoff game.
Sure did. Let's take a look at the box. .500 yards for the Chiefs, who just poured it on in the second half.
Those injuries caught up to the Texans a little bit.
Yeah.
And we'll see how doing without Creed Humphreys affects the Chiefs next week.
Expect Tim to join here.
Who do we got in the NFC? Has that been decided yet? Or have they played their games?
I don't think they played yet.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Not that I have seen. As we await at least the commissioner, hopefully Rudy as well. Congratulations to the AFC West.
Hey, thanks a lot.
And Coach Irvin.
Can you hear me?
Nice. Yes, nice work.
Thanks. What a crazy game.
Sure was.
It was fun.
I have to admit, I have to acknowledge some personal failures on my part. I don't always handle frustrating moments well. So the delay in that game was caused by whatever. I think it was the interception return TD. It upset me enough that whatever I did accidentally shut my computer laptop. So when I pulled it back up, we couldn't start again. That may have contributed to why we had this big delay. And then later in the second half, there was a play that I got all fired up and pissed off before the play ever happened. I was pissed off at myself for making the worst possible call. This happens all the time. Every time I lose my cool because I've made a terrible call, he rolled a 7 and it was an incomplete pass. So I just feel bad when those moments happen when you're bitching like a little kid. And
so who's your MVP? Who's your MVP in this one?
You know, there's quite a few candidates, but I still kind of want to give it to Kareem Hunt.
My vote too.
120 plus yards in both games. Or maybe he finished 119 here, but him hitting his numbers kept Rudy, willing to guess run every now and then. And I think that was big, his run game. Obviously, the dice, leaned slightly for him in the first half and more so than that to me in the second half, I think. And Mahomes had a good day. The other one is Xavier Worthy is a possibility. Mm-hmm. He doesn't always catch a lot of balls. He's a B-rated yak. I got plenty of B-rated yak options on that team. He's a starter who tends to suck up more of the double teams, and he doesn't always bring in the big numbers, but he nearly topped 100. I think all year he may have topped 100 once, twice, maybe. It just doesn't happen that much. Mm-hmm. So he had a real good game too.
Yeah, I thought Mahomes too as another one. I mean, he wasn't his usual hero ball self, but because of Rudy's tendency to double team with those linebackers or move them to the line of scrimmage is the key. Mahomes hitting the flats was the oil that was keeping the chains moving.
Yeah, it wasn't working in the first half, but it started kicking in gear in the second half. And 53 attempts from Mahomes, but that's a lot. I don't ever really get to that, but that's in addition to 32 rushes if you count the 2 from Mahomes. So I just it was a lot of plays and 53 passes, but he ends up at 64% completions. I remember when he was 5 of 14 to start the game. So he did, you're right, Dennis, he did quite well down the stretch. And once he got cooking in the second half, we were scoring on every drive. And that's
what was good about
has done much.
Yeah, and what was good about Hunt is that when he would hit those short gains, seemed like it was like 19-yard short gain, 20-yard short gain. It wasn't like the 10-yard short gain. So
he got that nice 20 result from the 19-yard line. I wasn't disappointed at all about that.
For sure,
I think I might have played a little bit too light a prevent down the stretch where he got it tied and sent us to overtime. But based on time and distance and all the factors, I thought I was making the right calls most of the way on that as far as odds. But give him credit.
You got to tip your cap to Rudy for twice falling behind in the fourth quarter, coming back both times, and you made some really good calls. Double teaming at the end on that last touchdown. And there was another fourth down or third and long that it hit the defensive card. The raw number, the 15 plus 15 on the snake eyes or something like that, and those guys were doubled, and yet he was able to overcome that and get in the end zone. So good calls on defense and great job by Rudy for sticking with it to tie it up. I think Anthony and I were talking about whether he should go for 2 there. At the end, we would have gone for 2. But
which one are you talking about? Which one?
Regulation.
The Texans scored.
Yeah, when the Texans scored.
Yeah, I was very happy when I saw the kick there and thought he didn't have any timeouts to change his mind.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta guess, Tim, that you felt more comfortable as an offensive coach in that second half than you probably did all year. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was cooking. Of course, another factor in that was, of course, anytime you're playing a defense that only has 3 linebackers, that can help your flat game. 2 of them were zeros, but then there was an injury to his 5-rated linebacker. Now I'm staring at 3 zeros.
Yeah.
Now and so that made me even more comfortable to want to cook out in those flats.
You took advantage of the Stingley injury on the last drive.
Yeah, I lost Creed Humphrey. That's going to be a big loss. If I understand right, 2-game injury, I'd have him back if I can advance to the Super Bowl. But yeah, he's 6'7". He'll be a definite.
No, I was saying you took advantage of the Stingley injury, his cornerback on that drive as well. He had that 0 to work with up against Hopkins. Mm-hmm. We'll come back to Creed Humphrey in just a second, but yeah, I mean that was your offense just seemed more comfortable I watch a lot of Chiefs games, obviously in the division. Your offense just seemed like it was humming. You could pretty much do whatever you wanted to do because small ball was in command. So you had the small ball for the taking, which at that point it opens up a bit of short too. Now, one thing I noticed though was that Tooney was playing guard all second half. So was that on purpose?
So Tooney is a guard.
I know, but he can play tackle, and you had him out playing tackle up against Hunter most of the first half, and then the second half.
I'm sorry.
Switch
say that
inside.
Again. You're saying you saw Tooney out at left tackle in this game?
Tooney was tackle to start the game. Yep, up against Hunter as he should be, I would imagine.
No.
But then you moved him in, and you left 12 Hunter up against the 2 tackle.
Yeah,
was that
I wish I could talk to some kind of a brilliant strategy there. No, so Tooney is a guard. He can switch to tackle. There was a game during the season where I specifically did that simply because the defensive ends were dangerous. I wasn't I didn't need anybody at the left guard position to pass block, so it was an obvious call. Other than that, Tooney, only reason he would be moved out of that guard position is if I accidentally called pro set, which is the formation I use for like an injury situation to get backups in. I wasn't aware. I'm focused on the play. I assume everything is set. The only way I never moved him. So the only way that could have moved is if I've got something set wrong and on one of my formations.
Wow.
You can damn sure bet I'll be going back to check that on the replay and in my settings.
Well, you got away with it. I mean, it didn't cost you. It probably should have cost you. On the drive where you took the lead for the first time, there was a double team short pass where it went to Hunter versus your left tackle. 90% chance. 90% chance of it.
Okay.
90% chance of a sack. Missed the 90% sack chance. Double team went to Mahomes' card, hit the 12.
Oh,
the
yeah,
completion.
That's right. You think I'm looking like, it's an intercept. Wait a minute. On with your card, and you're like, crap. Hang on now. That's complete. He's still cooking.
Right. So then, let's talk a little bit about Creed Humphrey. So, he'd be out until the Super. He's out for the rest of the year. So he's out for two more games.
Well, hang on now. He's out for 2 games, but don't we have a bye week after the title game?
Oh, yes.
That's the way we've got it set. That's the way we do it.
Oh, yes. I certainly hope so. That would be
so I
the way
think
to do
that
it.
if I can get past the Bengals, that I should have Creed back in the Super Bowl. As far as the matchups without Creed Humphreys, Cincinnati.
We talked about it. He can move Hendrickson to linebacker. That's what you do if you're the Bengals. Then you'd get that first and the 4-3. You would get Hendrickson up against the 0.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He can put him at and I can't do anything at center to replace Humphrey. Nobody else is going to play center. So I'm going to have. I'm going to have my hands full. Although I have to tell you, I'm amazed that I got out of that game with no sacks. I think Rudy sacked me 6 times in our first matchup. I threw 53 times tonight. And, I mean, I was obviously a lot of dump-offs. But I threw long a couple times. One of them, the one to Noah Gray, I know you remember that one. I wait all game for that play call. And I'm going long Gray. I get exactly what I want. I go to the 0-man column. There's only one incompletion. I found it. I lost my cool that time too.
well, since you have the cards there, I mean, what else does Cincy have up front in terms of pass rush? Anything?
Not too much.
Not much. Okay, now so you could go 3 wide and try to get him into the 3-3-5.
Yes. I can switch him that way. Yeah. Outside of Trey Hendrickson, the Cincinnati Bengals literally do not have a blitzer anywhere, starter or backup, that is a blitz rating above I was going to say 4, but he does have a 6 backup end blitzer, Joseph Asai. So he's got an end he can throw in as a 6, but once you get past Trey Hendrickson, you're okay. You see the sack setup. I don't always pull that up. So I wasn't watching that tonight. I'm curious if you can tell me. Kept Kareem Hunt in a lot, even passing situations, because of his 4 pass block. When you've got 2 ends that both have star 1 and star 2, that 4 can make a big difference. Did that come up at all in avoiding sacks?
Not that I noticed, but I mean, both sides, because you had a big pass rush too, in many situations. Not when you went to the 3-man line, but in the 4-man line you did, and neither of you came up with a big sack. It was you have 2 very strong defensive line pass rush, both top 5 in the league, and you couldn't find the sack. We were begging Rudy to go 4-3 safety blitz every time and bring them, because that would activate the blitz against your flat pass. And with the 5th man on the line, and that would bring up pretty good numbers, even on flat pass, for those ends.
It's possible Rudy's not aware of that particular rule.
Yep.
I can tell you that your commissioner isn't exactly aware of what you just described. Obviously, I'm aware that when you safety blitz, it increases your. It's another place in the rules where I understand generally when you move stuff, kind of how it happens, but I rarely understand some of the mechanics of exactly what happens. So I know if I safety blitz, I get a bonus across a lot of ways, but I didn't know that there's an unlock to a flat pass sack based on that.
Anytime you get 5 men on the line, you're when facing a flat pass, that's going to bring up the possibility of a sack in a flat pass. If there's 4,
have 5 men
4-3. In a 4-3, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Now, the percentages are lower for flat, a lot lower. They're even lower when you safety blitz. But when you have that much of an advantage, you especially when you were throwing flat as much as you were.
Yeah, I was about
quantity,
to say. I probably 53 passes. I probably threw flat at least 35.
Yep.
Yep. Minimum.
So this good chess match in that way. Really good chess match in that way.
Yeah, it was.
Any other
game?
Any other thoughts?
No, Bengals are next. I'm excited for Jeff, another guy who's not. I don't remember him making it this far previously, so I'm excited for him and that opportunity. I hope to end it, quickly, obviously. But yeah, I'm one step away, and this is. Woo! I'm embarrassed at how I acted, even though nobody saw it. But I was excited to have won this game, as many I've won in a long time, because it has been a while since I've gotten this far.
Well, Butker has got to get the ball in the end zone on these kickoffs. You don't have to face Dameon Pierce next round, thank goodness. He hit
that 46-yard return twice. They were both moments. Yeah.
3 times, really, because he got the third one was penalty. Still wound up on the 40. But this time, if you don't kick it in the end zone, you face the possibility of a touchdown on Snake Eyes, which Jeff has been known to do, as we saw.
Yeah, that's on kicks or punts?
Kicks. And Jeff has hit, he hit that at the end of the half.
Yeah, he's 2 back.
In the wild card. Remember where he hit it with 1 second left? Yeah.
Oh, my God, that's right. It's been a crazy postseason. And this is our 4th overtime game, isn't it?
Nuts.
And also, look, the score itself, as high as it was. Crazy game. And, yeah, I appreciate you calling. I appreciate your flexibility, staying up late. Dennis, thank you, because we don't finish, and I'm not as happy as I am right now if you can come in there and figure out what we couldn't. So we appreciate your contributions as always, buddy.
Well, congratulations again. I'm thrilled for you. I mean, this is, I don't know that you're going to have a good chance next year. So, this is, you gotta
bet on that.
Yeah. Yep. Well, all right. We'll wrap it there.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks again for staying up late, Anthony. I appreciate you, buddy.
Happy to. Chiefs win, advance to the AFC Championship game versus the Bengals. Yes, Coach Irvin.
Yeah, one last thing. Will you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes after a game like this, I want to go out and I want to post hey, if anybody didn't catch the game last night, it was worth watching. You should check it out. But if I go post that, it announces I won.
Yeah, right.
Sure. Out there, why don't you drop a note for the league out there and let them know you might want to go check out the game last night. That's pretty crazy what happened. And then I'll get to I'm going to be so busy in the next 24 hours. It'll be this weekend probably when I get my write-up done anyway. But I'd rather not. Let's give them the neutral person to post that if you don't mind.
You got it. We'll do.
All right, buddy. Thanks again. Have a good night. Thanks for staying late. See everybody later.
So long. All right. We'll see you for the championship game and hopefully for some NFC playoffs too. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.